scoreless first half. These teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for KC. 58 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's caught. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Antonio Gates from a yard out. And the Chiefs have moved out in front. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift. And if they get deflated a little bit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Throwing is Stafford. This short throw caught by Goddard. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now it's Stafford. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just outside his own goal line. Take it at the 37. Nifty move. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. A first down carry here for Johnson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. And now they're in the hurry-up. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll go down at the 28. Second down and 4. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Up the middle, Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Johnson running right. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. They'll try and run here with Irving. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they're going to hurry. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter. And boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
2nd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Here is 3rd and 5. Now Richardson back to throw it. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And bulldozing his way through. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense now with a short field ahead. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. They give to Johnson going right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Mahomes will throw for it. And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Right side catch. This is Gates. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Antonio Gates, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 2-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for, felt good about being aggressive and going for it, and right up until that one, they've got 2 for 2.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stomp an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop it.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Devontae Smith,
59 yards.
and the Chiefs have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Rolling to his left. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Taken at the goal line. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, Richardson.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and... couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And they'll have a short field to go as this drive starts on the fringe of the red zone at the 20.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got down. Field, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. Smith catches left side. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
First down, Kansas City.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Set, go.
Richardson looking to throw this. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Back to the air with Richardson. And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game.
There he goes, left side. Still on his feet. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
They'll look to throw, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this? Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3.
Rams will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. Got an open man. It's Devin Hester. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Devin Hester, 46 yards.
And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Shakir hauls it in.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Pickett.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted.
Inside the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Yellow. Let's go one more. Mike's 49. He can't hang.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Devin Hester, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chiefs get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Throwing now is Mahomes, and he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
A short throw caught by Andrews. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
2nd and 10.
Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone cover. So he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Pickett back to throw.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
George Karlaftis
In there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
KC's offense ready to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Rolling to his left. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a lot. Loss of 5 on the sack.
It's 3rd and 15.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll roll him out right. Towards the end zone for Brown. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top of that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Well, after that, it's not hard to see where the momentum is pointing because it's squarely on his side after a heads-up play to jog that one in for another 2 points.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
One final shot for Pickett.
Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. Knight, back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And again, it's Mahomes on the move to his left. To the left side and caught by Hester. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jerron Bentley.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
And running scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Throwing here, Howell. And he'll go right back to Andrews.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Howell from the gun. He'll find Metcalf.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
Howell down to throw it.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Here's Howell. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Paul Krause. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They go to Johnson again. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. Down to about the 22 here. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Johnson. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Johnson, a 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
So the Jets now down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute to go. They've yet to score all game long, but now they need to do so twice in short order to have a shot.
Here's Howell. Connecting with Andrews.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd down. Howell to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Howell throwing again after the pick 6.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Howell with one final shot. Olave holds it in.
And he'll be taken down.